Hello everyone, I am Dr. Smita, working as an associate professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication in MITM Mysore. Here I am going to explain the lab experiments of electronic devices and instrumentation, which is having the subject code of 18 ECL 37 as per the VTU syllabus. There are 12 experiments here. Out of 12 experiments, 8 experiments we are using with the discrete components and 4 experiments we are using with the simulation software. That simulation software we are going to use with the EDA software. Out of 8 experiments, so some of the experiments we are using by trainer kit and some of the experiment we are using the breadboard, and in the various manner we are going to learn here. In this session we are going to explain the Wheatstone and Kelvin bridge. This is our first experiment. In the Wheatstone and Kelvin's bridge we are going to finding out the value of the unknown resistance. So the aim of the experiment is to measure the value of the unknown resistance by using the Wheatstone bridge. Let us know what is Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge, which is nothing but it is also called as a resistance bridge. So this is a bridge like circuit we are having, and there are 4 resistors. Out of 4 resistors, 2 are known resistance and 1 is variable resistor and 1 is unknown resistor. Find out the value of the unknown resistance by using the help of variable resistors, balancing between this P and Q, and we are going to find out the value of the unknown resistor. Here in the Wheatstone bridge there is a balanced and unbalanced condition. In the balanced condition of a Wheatstone bridge, if the bridge is balanced, there is no current flows in between the galvanometer. If the bridge is in unbalanced condition, so there is a small current flows through the galvanometer. That means the current will be flowing through the circuit and the current will be flowing through the galvanometer. Here there are 4 nodes here, A, B, C, D. Out of that, with the A and C we have connected a DC source, battery, and for that one switch is there. When the switch is closed, then definitely the current will be flowing, and the switch is open, then it is an open circuit. And at the same time, other nodes we are having a galvanometer we have connected. With the galvanometer also we are having one key, so that we are calling as kg, and for the battery we are calling as ke respectively. What do you mean by galvanometer here? Galvanometer works on the null deflection principle. Here it gives the zero current, the bridge is in the balanced condition. Now first let us see, when this key is closed, means it will be a closed circuit, the current flows through in this direction. So I. So the I will be going to this node and it will be dividing as a I1 and I2 with the opposite direction. So as per the KCL law, so the current is going to be dividing with this junction and this node and this node. So after the I1 which flows at this point also it will be I1, and the I2 will be flowing this direction also, it is I2. And with this I1 coming to here, it will going further, it will be dividing 2 parts. Again this is going to the galvanometer and this is termed as Ig, and this it will be going to whatever the rest of the current which is appeared, that will coming here, this point. So this point we are calling as, this is I1 minus Ig, whatever we are having, that current it will flow according to this node up to here. This point also we are getting I1 minus Ig. At the same time coming to this end, we are having the I2 here, that I2 it is not going this direction, it will be going to So this Ig will be coming this point as Ig, and this Ig and I2 will be added and it will be flowing here I2 plus Ig. The same I2 plus Ig, it will be coming here. Now I2 plus Ig and I1 minus Ig will be meeting here, then we can derive as I1 minus Ig plus I2 plus Ig. Ig cancel, I1 plus I2 which is remaining here. Now we are getting here I1 plus I2. See here, I is equal to which is divided as I1 and I2. Here also you are getting I1 plus I2. That means which is equal to I? The same I you are getting here. This is called I. So that means the total current, the I which is flowing through the point, and then again which has divided, and again you are getting as a I itself. So this type of KCL which works in the Wheatstone bridge. Now coming to the next point, we are going to having two loops with the KVL. We can apply two KVL with this circuit, and we are having two loops here. One loop is A, B, D and A. The second loop is B, C, D and B. Now coming to the first loop, A, B, D, A. Loop 1, A, B, D, A. Applying KVL law, I1 into P, the current, it is in the, this is in the positive direction, clockwise direction, the current is in this direction. Having the law, we are having I1 into P minus I1 into P. Have you studied in the previous semester? So at the same time with the clockwise direction, Ig minus Ig into G, minus Ig into G, and if it is closed, we are assuming that it has closed, and then this is in the reverse direction, clockwise with the reverse direction, we will be having the plus sign I2 into R, plus I2 into R, which is equal to 0. Now second loop, if we are applying, the second loop is B, C, D, B. Loop 2 is equal to B, C, D, B. Taking the equation, we are having, this is with the clockwise and the direction is also this side, we are having I1 minus Ig into Q. So minus I1 minus Ig into Q. Next, we are having with the clockwise, but the direction is opposite, we will be having plus sign I2 plus Ig into S. I2 plus Ig into S. Now we are having the current is this direction opposite, but this is the clockwise. So we are having plus sign Ig into G, plus Ig into G. Now for our bridge circuit concept, when it is a balanced condition, the galvanometer current should be 0. It should have the null deflection. So for the null deflection, we are having the 0 current, that means Ig is equal to 0. So now apply Ig is equal to 0. So this becomes 0. Now what it happens? Minus I1P is equal to I2R is equal to, I will write as I2R is equal to I1P. This is equation number 1. And here the Ig we are going to cancel, and here Ig we are going to cancel, this Ig we are going to cancel. So the remaining is minus I1 into Q, minus I1 into Q plus I2 into S is equal to 0. Now taking the right hand side, I1Q is equal to I2S. So this is equation number 2. Dividing equation 1 and 2, we are having I1P divided by I1Q is equal to I2R divided by I2S. I1 cancel, I2 cancel, the remaining is P divided by Q is equal to R divided by S. This is the equation of Wheatstone bridge. P by Q is equal to R by S. The ratio of the two resistance P by Q, the ratio of the two resistance here, which is equivalent to the ratio of the other two resistance. Means the ratio of the one arm which is equivalent to the ratio of the other arm. Now, so you have to find out unknown resistance. Here the unknown resistance I have told you earlier, R. Unknown resistance is equal to R is equal to P by Q into S. This is you are going to find out the equation. I hope you have understood how the equation which has derived by applying KCL and KVL law having in the Wheatstone bridge, and now we will go with the experiment. So now I have explained you with the theory with the bridge circuit how to get the equation, and we are having the from the Wheatstone bridge we are getting P by Q is equal to R by S equation. Now this is our kit, experimental kit having the Wheatstone bridge. Now internally connected 4 resistors we required, actually internally connected 2 resistors. So first switch on the supply here, see here this is the kit supply, you have to switch it on. So then the light will be, LED will be glowing, and one unknown resistance you have to connect between this X1 and X2 points. This is the unknown resistance. I hope you are watching here. This is, we do not know the resistance value here. The resistance value which has the unknown resistance we have connected between here X1 and X2 points. Now this is the galvanometer and this is the battery connection. See here we are having internally galvanometer here and internal battery also. Suppose you want to connect external galvanometer and external battery, so then you can use these two terminals. Suppose you have connected external galvanometer, you have to switch this position into external. I am using internal, I will be converting to internal part. Now at the same time if you want to connect the battery external, so you connect here externally, you connect and then you turn this switch into external. If you want to connect internal, so internally I will be taking as a internal side. Now these are the two switches, one is for galvanometer G and one is for B, battery. So two switches you are having. I have explained to you here, there are two switches here, one is KE, one is KG. The two switches which respect to these two switches. When you pressing this switch, it will be closing the circuit here. Now this is the galvanometer, always it shows the null deflection, it shows 0. And rest of the part, I have told you this is the variable resistance. This is the variable resistance, yes. That variable resistance, you are varying these 4 knobs. See here, this is into 1 kilo ohm. You are having 0 to 10 various ranges. So if you are varying like this, if you are varying up to 4 into 1 kilo ohm is equal to 4 kilo ohm. Suppose if you have varied this side 3 into 10, 300 ohm. This is the multiplying into 100 ohm. So, you want to vary in the range of 10 ohms, you can vary here, it is 5 here, the knob is showing here 5 into 10 ohm is equal to 50 ohm. At the same time, if you want to vary, so 3 into 1 ohm in the range of 1 ohms, so 3 into 1 ohm is equal to 3 ohm. So, you can vary in the range of kilo ohms, you can vary in the range of 100 ohms, you can vary in the range of 10 ohms, and in the 1 ohm range you can vary. After that varying, you have to add all these values. Then you will be getting one single value. That is with the variable resistance S. Now unknown resistance you are connected here, this R here, variable resistance here, internally connected P and Q internally which has connected in this kit. Now this is the ratio switching you are having. So with this ratio switcher, so you have to check so whether the circuit is balanced condition or not. So the circuit is balanced condition, you have with the help of ratio you can find it out. Now I will check whether the system is in balanced condition or not. I will vary 1 in terms of 1 kilo ohm. Now I will press both this thing, it shows, see here, it goes to the current will be showing in the galvanometer. Then what you have supposed to do, you vary this knob. Then again you press, again it shows the current. Then again vary, then again you check, again it shows the current, again vary. See, again you check, again it will be going with this direction. Then increase one more ratio. See, here the galvanometer which shows in the opposite direction. So that means in between here only you have to vary the resistance. Now what? You come back one step. Now you vary, okay, the needle in this direction. Now what you have to supposed to do? You vary this. Instead of 1 kilo ohm you vary. So still it is in the current is there. Again vary. Current is there. See, but still light deflection is there. It shows around 20. Now vary. So it is coming to 10. It should come to the 0 balance condition. Now vary. See, now it is almost, it is coming near to 0. Then what you have to supposed to do? Don't vary this, vary in this position. So, no, not yet come. So, vary, it is little bit moving. Again vary, it is slightly, it has moved. Again vary, see, it is going almost 0. So, vary, it is almost, it is 0 position. Still you vary, it is almost, it is showing as a null deflection, means it is having the 0 current, means current which is equivalent to 0, it is in the balanced condition. Now what will be the value? This is here 5 into 1 kilo ohm is equal to 5 kilo ohm, and here it shows this 6 into 100 ohm is equal to 600 ohm. 5k plus 600 ohm is equal to 5.6 kilo ohm. Your value of the resistance is, unknown resistance is 5.6 kilo ohm. In this way, you have to remove this resistance and take one more resistance, and you can check the value of that unknown resistance by using the Wheatstone bridge. So, after this experiment, you turn it off. Hello everyone, continue with the first experiment. Now let us start with the Kelvin's bridge. Wheatstone bridge we have finished. Now we are going with the Kelvin's bridge. The aim of the experiment is same like Wheatstone bridge itself. With the Kelvin's bridge, see here the circuit is same, otherwise it is slightly one copper wire we have taken, that copper wire internal resistance which is going to adding up to the Wheatstone bridge. Kelvin bridge is the modified version of the Wheatstone bridge. We can find out the minute, means very less resistance value also we can finding out. Limitation of Wheatstone bridge is, we can, in the Wheatstone bridge we can find it out only from the several ohms to several mega ohms. Below less than 1 ohm we cannot get the value in the by using Wheatstone bridge. To getting the value of less resistance value also by using Kelvin's bridge. That is why this is the major drawback of the Wheatstone bridge, that we can we won't be getting the minute resistance value also. Very low resistance value we cannot find it out. With high accuracy, with very low resistance value, unknown resistance value also we can find it out from the Kelvin's bridge. Now you know that in the last Wheatstone bridge only I have explained you P by Q is equal to R by S. Now you can find it out, R is equal to P by Q is equal into S. Now what you will be going to do now? Here I have told you one copper wire which has added up to from the R to S. So the internal resistance is equal to R2 here, and in internal resistance here is R1 here. The galvanometer deflection which varies from point M to N, and one point is D. So you can, this internal resistance is also which is adding up to this point. So how we can write it with the Wheatstone bridge? See here, so the R is equal to, which is adding R plus R1, R plus R1, and is equal to P is same like Wheatstone bridge, Q is same, don't write anything here, P and Q, and S you can replace as S plus R2. S plus R2 you replace and write it as equation 1. Now we will take this one as R. Here we are having R1 and R2, two internal resistance. This ratio R1 by R2 which is almost equal to the P by Q ratio. We can write like Wheatstone bridge R1 by R2 which is having the ratio of P by Q. Now what you are going to do? I will add LHS and RHS is equal to 1. R1 by R2 plus 1 is equal to P by Q plus 1. So taking to the LCM, R2 is equal to R1 plus R2 is equal to P divided by plus Q is equal divided by Q. Now R1 plus R2, the entire length of the copper wire is equal to R. I will replace as R divided by R2 is equal to P plus Q divided by Q. Now R2 which is equivalent to R2, I can write it as R divided by R into Q divided by P plus Q. I can replace into this way. So if I interchange the ratio also, R2 divided by R1 is equal to Q by P. If I do the same method here, so I will add R2 by R1 plus left hand side 1 I am going to add, Q by P right hand side 1 I am going to add 1 and 1 in LHS and RHS. Now taking to the LCM R1, R2 plus R1 in the numerator and Q plus P divided by P. and R2 and R1 which is equivalent to R here. R2 plus R1 is equal to R here, divided by R1 is equal to Q plus P is equal to P. Now I am going to finding out R1. R1 is equal to R into P divided by Q plus P. Now what I supposed to do? R1 and R2, I replace these two values. When I replacing R plus, R1 is equal to R into P divided by Q plus P is equal to P by Q, S plus R2 is equal to R into Q divided by P plus Q. I am replacing R2 is equal to R into Q divided by P plus Q. Now, if I am removing the brackets, R plus R into P divided by P plus Q is equal to P into S divided by Q plus R P into Q into R divided by P plus Q. Now with the left hand side and the right hand side I can get cancel. So what will be the equation here? See here, R plus R into P divided by Q plus P is equal to P by Q into, I will remove the bracket, S plus P by Q into R into Q divided by P plus Q. This Q I am going to cancel. Next, R plus R into P divided by Q plus P is equal to P by Q into S plus P into R divided by P plus Q. Here also this term it is going to cancel. I will write as R is equal to P by Q into S. See here, this which is equivalent to this here. So that means from the Wheatstone bridge also you can calculating the equation. So with the same equation, with the Kelvin bridge also you are going to calculate the same equation. So that means you can find out the unknown resistance of the unknown resistance value by using the Kelvin's bridge. So by using Kelvin means only one thing is that you can get the minor means low resistance value of the unknown resistance. Now we are going to implement this Kelvin's bridge into the kit. So this is the Kelvin's bridge you are having trainer kit, and here we are having the procedure. See, there are 4 procedures. First is connect the AC supply to the kit. See, connect the AC supply to the kit. I am going to switch it on. So now connect the connection I am going to explain now first. Connect T4 of PT3 to K17. So T4, where it comes T4, so the T4 is here. So here it is T4. The T4 which has connected to K17. So where is K17? The K17 is here. See, the K17 is here. And K18, T6 to K18. T6 is here. T6 I have connected to K18. So K18 is here. K18 is here. This is K18. Here it has written K18. So and then T5 to T6. So T5 you have to find it out. One is here, T1, T2, T3 is here, and here T9, T10, T11 which is coming here. This is T7 and T8, and this is T4, T5 and T6. Now you have to connect T6 to T5 to T6. So T5 to T6 I have connected, internally connected here, and T6 to K18 I have told you, this is K18 you have to connect. The second connection is over. Now connect T8 of K8. T8 means you have to connect, see this is T8, T9, T10, T11, and here you are having T7 and T8. T8 to K8. See here T8 to K8 I have connected here, and T7 to K9. So this is the T7 to K9. So at the same time the fourth one is T2 to K6. T2 is here, T2 is here, T2 to K6, and T3 to K5, T3 to K5. So in this way, so the procedure is given, in that you have to connect accordingly. After that finally you should get the value of the, whether the galvanometer, whether it is showing 0 or not. So which will be the voltage I have connected here. Here see the voltmeter is connected in between, one is plus and minus, that plus you have to connect it here, that will gives the whether it is 0 showing the 0 value or not. The bridge is balanced or not, it is going to show. Now what you are going to do now, there are two knobs here. See, this always, this ratio should be 1:10. This always should be in the 100 ohms, and this is always should be in the kilo ohms range. Suppose I have taken 1K, this should be 100 ohm. Suppose I have taken 7K, this should be 700. Suppose if you want to take 8, it will be 800. 8K if you have taken, it will be 800. Means it will, you have to take in the range of 1:10. So you have to keep the value by using this resistance. This is by using this multimeter. So how you will be keeping? So multimeter you have to by using keeping the knob here, and you have to measure whether this point the resistance value is, whether it is how much you have to finding out, and then suppose 1:10 ratio you should maintain. Once you have maintained, then the connection is over. One unknown resistance, you have to take one unknown resistance here, unknown resistance you have to connect between these 2 points. So the unknown resistance you have to connect these 2 points. You take very minimum resistance value, less than 1 ohm you take, because the limitation of Wheatstone bridge is we cannot get the exact value of less than 1 ohm. So if you take less than 1 ohm, you can find out easily with the Kelvin's bridge. For that I have taken 1 ohm resistance. Unknown resistance I have taken, that should be connected between these 2 points. Now I have the switch is here, you can on it or off. So I have switched on the kit. Now whether it is showing minus 367, means it is not showing 0 value. That means you have to vary the resistance, means I have told you by using the variable resistance you can make the value up to 0. Now I will vary this. So this is for the minute value you have to vary. I will vary this. See, here it is going to decrease. So first it was showing with the 0 value, it was showing 366. Vary this, it is going to be decrease. Up to 0 it has to come. See, minus 29 it is going to showing. So minus, it is going to be now plus side. So once it is plus side means you come previous one and vary the minute one. Otherwise vary this one. Now it is 0. So in this way the bridge is balanced. When it is showing 0 value, voltage means the current is 0, then you will be having So the condition, the bridge is balance condition. Now what will be the unknown resistance here? Whatever you are having here, this you are having 0.001 here. So this and this, how much I have kept here? 100 ohm I have kept, and this is I have kept as 1 kilo ohm by using the multimeter. So I have kept here 100 ohms, that 100 ohm into 0.001, if I am multiplying, how much I am getting? 1 ohm I am getting. So 1 ohm is my unknown resistance by using Kelvin's bridge kit. In this way we can find out any value of the resistance. So unknown resistance value connecting here. I hope you have understood. So after this you turn it off. Thank you for attending with this first experiment. I hope you have understood how to find out the value of the unknown resistance by using Wheatstone and Kelvin's bridge. We will go to the next coming session. We will go to the second experiment. I will be coming soon.